Hey everyone, thanks for tuning back in to mattsteinwede.com. Alright, I heard something pretty interesting from it's a buyer of mine, but they're selling in Sydney at the moment, and I think they've had a couple of interested parties on their place. But just before Christmas, she said, the lady said to me, you know, we had an offer that we should have taken just before Christmas. And I said, oh, okay. She said, yeah, we should have taken it, but we didn't. And she said, you know why we didn't? I said, why? She said, the agent didn't encourage us enough to take it. She said the agent felt like they should be getting more for their property, possibly, could be getting more, should be getting more, whatever it may be. But she said, if the agent encouraged us more to take it, we probably would have, or we would have, or we should have, whatever she said. How interesting. You know, as agents, we're there to represent people and help them navigate their way through the marketplace. They really look to us for guidance a lot of the time. Even though sometimes they might seem like they're just doing their own thing, they're not listening, whatever it may be. And sure, some owners don't listen, they just don't, but some do. And I really think that I've always felt that what's right in my heart, like what, is it the right advice? Should I, sometimes you need to push a little, sometimes you need to take a bit of time with negotiation when it gets to that point where you feel it's the right offer for the property. You really genuinely feel it. And owners might seem like they're not listening, but they're only, if you think about it from their perspective, they're only making sure that the information that they're being given is the right information. See, they're not in it every day like we are. They don't see it every day. It's their house. It's one listing to them. We might have 20 listings, but it's one listing to them. It's their house and it's their opportunity. So they have an opportunity to feel that they're getting the best price that they physically can, whatever that may be. We might know it, but we're years ahead of where we're years ahead of them, because we work in the market and we sort of get how the marketplace thrusts forward and moves, and the rhythm and the energy of the market. We sort of get that. But when an owner lists their home, they just enter the market then, pretty much. And then they've got the emotional side of it as well, where they're trying to, they can see the benefits of their home, and if an offer's less than what they want, then, they can't understand it because it should be worth more. And the buyer's being difficult, and the buyer's trying to get a bargain, and the buyer's not paying enough, and they should pay more, and, it's worth more, and this sort of stuff, because they're coming from a very emotional perspective. But how interesting that the lady who owned the house said the reason that they didn't sell is because the agent didn't encourage them to take the offer. Didn't encourage them enough to take the offer. So I think it's a bit of an 80-20 rule with this. 80% of the owners will listen if it's the right information, given with the right, it's coming from the right place. If the guidance is coming from the right place, you might have to have a conversation that gets a little bit uncomfortable. But I think when you do that, the owners can see that you're genuine about it and you genuinely believe that this is the offer for them. And unless you take it there and unless you give it a go, you'll never really know. And if you believe that it's the right offer, think about the lady in Sydney. The agent missed the opportunity. She even said that. The agent missed the opportunity. So I think that we as agents, this feedback is really good. It's excellent. And are we missing some opportunities because we're not having those conversations because we're scared? Because we're worried about what they'll say, or they're a bit tough, or they're a bit of a difficult owner. I don't want to upset them. Well, now the lady's taking the house off the market and going to give it a break for a few months. Wouldn't it have been great if the agent got a little uncomfortable and maybe took it to that place where, sure, it's a bit unsettling, but they probably would have sold the house. It probably would be moved now. The agent would be paid, everything would be moved on, new people would be moving to the house soon, and they'd move up somewhere else, up the Central Coast, and buy something else and get on with their lives. But the opportunity was missed. Because maybe the agent was a little scared. But if you believe something's right, there's no reason to be scared. And people aren't silly. And if you've serviced people enough and you've given them the information and all the information is laid out in front of them, all you're making is a recommendation. That's all. And that's what we're here to do. Give people guidance, make recommendations, and just help them understand the marketplace. Help them navigate through the marketplace. It's like a skipper on a boat. And if a wind's coming this way and the skipper says, tack left, if that's what you call it, tack left, move left, turn left now, everybody jumps because they have full trust, they have full belief in what the skipper is saying because he or she is an expert at navigating that boat. And that's what we do. We help people navigate through the market. So next time you feel like you're at that place with the offer, don't give up. Don't give up. Maybe it might be 2 or 3 conversations, but it might be a conversation, a meeting, another conversation, an email, whatever it may be. But don't give up if you believe this is the offer for them. But you've got to make sure that it is. You've got to make sure that this is the time to make a recommendation to sell the property. And you never know. 80% of them might just come off. You'll have happier owners, you'll get paid more, you'll get more ongoing relationships, and you'll get the marketplace moving. Question of the day today. All right, question of the day. What's your favorite way to help an owner listen to an offer if they're not listening? Is it by email? Is it go and see them? Is it by phone call and just be firm? Love to hear about it. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, helping make this real estate world a much better place. See you on the next video.